Fetal development in 3D animation from conception to birth. Have you ever wondered how a single cell transforms into a tiny human being? How life begins, develops and grows inside a mother's womb? In this incredible 3D journey, we'll take you through the entire 9-month miracle, fetal development from conception to birth. From the very first meeting of the sperm and the egg, to the moment a baby opens its eyes for the first time, every second is a story of nature's brilliance. Watch as cells divide, organs form, and a new life slowly takes shape. Join us for this cinematic and educational experience as we explore the amazing development of a fetus week by week, month by month, with detailed 3D animations that bring biology to life like never before. Let's begin at the very start. Conception. Every journey starts with a single moment. During ovulation, a mature egg is released from the woman's ovary. It travels down the fallopian tube where it may encounter sperm. Out of millions, only one sperm will succeed in fertilizing the egg. When the sperm penetrates the egg, a miraculous transformation begins. The egg instantly seals itself to prevent any other sperm from entering. The genetic material of the sperm and egg combine, forming a single cell called a zygote. This cell carries all the DNA required to create a new human life. Within hours, the zygote begins dividing, 2 cells, then 4, then 8, rapidly multiplying as it moves down the fallopian tube toward the uterus. By the time it reaches the uterus, it becomes a blastocyst, a tiny, fluid-filled ball of cells. Here it burrows into the uterine lining in a process called implantation. This is when pregnancy officially begins. And inside this cluster of cells, the blueprint for a future baby is already encoded: hair color, eye shape, height, and even potential talents. The miracle of life has begun. In the first month of pregnancy, the foundations of life are laid. After implantation, the blastocyst transforms into an embryo. Cells begin to specialize. Some will become the brain and spinal cord, others the heart, blood vessels, and muscles. By the end of week 3, the heart is just beginning to form, and incredibly, it starts to beat around day 22. A fluid-filled amniotic sac forms around the embryo, offering protection. The yolk sac provides nutrients while the placenta begins to develop, a critical organ that will nourish the fetus throughout pregnancy. The embryo is now about the size of a grain of rice. It may be small, but its growth is astonishing. By week 4, the neural tube, future brain, and spinal cord starts to close. Tiny buds form where arms and legs will grow. This is the stage where many women first learn they are pregnant, and though unseen by the human eye, inside a new life is quickly taking form. The second month is a time of rapid change. The embryo is now growing at an astonishing pace, doubling in size every few days. At week 5, it is about the size of a sesame seed. By week 6, limb buds develop into tiny, paddle-like hands and feet. The heart, once a simple tube, now has 4 chambers and beats rhythmically, pumping blood through the developing circulatory system. Facial features begin to form. You can now see the beginnings of eyes, ears, nostrils, and even a tiny mouth. The brain is growing rapidly, dividing into its primary sections. The digestive system, kidneys, and liver all start forming. Small ridges appear that will eventually become fingers and toes. By week 8, the embryo is starting to look more human. It measures about an inch long and has all its major internal organs in place, though still developing. The umbilical cord is fully formed, connecting the embryo to the placenta. This lifeline supplies oxygen and nutrients and removes waste. At the end of the second month, the embryo officially becomes a fetus. It has survived the most vulnerable stage of development and is now ready for the next phase: growth and refinement. The third month brings amazing developments. By week 9, the fetus is about the size of a grape. Its heart is fully formed and beating strongly at around 150 to 170 beats per minute, twice the rate of an adult. Fingers and toes are now separate. Nails start growing. Eyelids form and cover the eyes to protect them as they develop. The fetus can now move, bending arms, kicking legs, even making tiny fists. Though the mother can't feel it yet, these movements are signs of a healthy and active baby. Organs such as the liver and kidneys begin functioning. Teeth buds appear in the gums. External genitalia begin to form, though it's still difficult to determine the sex on an ultrasound. The brain continues to develop at a phenomenal rate. Connections between neurons are forming rapidly, laying the foundation for thought, memory, and movement. By week 12, the fetus is about 2.5 inches long and weighs half an ounce. It looks more like a miniature human than ever before. The first trimester ends here. The risk of miscarriage drops significantly, and a new chapter begins. The second trimester is often called the golden period of pregnancy for both mother and baby. Month 4, by week 14, the fetus can squint, frown, and even make sucking motions. Fine hair called lanugo covers its body, helping regulate temperature. The skin is still translucent, but eyebrows and hair begin to sprout. The baby's bones harden, and joints become more flexible. The fetus can now hear sounds from the outside world, especially the mother's heartbeat and voice. Month 5. This is when many mothers feel their baby's first kicks, called quickening. The fetus is about 10 inches long, curled up, and weighs about half to 1 pound. Muscles grow stronger, and movements become more coordinated. The baby can turn, stretch, and even hiccup. The vernix caseosa, a creamy white substance, begins to coat the skin, protecting it from amniotic fluid. Genitals are fully developed, and the baby's sex can often be seen on an ultrasound. Month 6. The fetus develops a sleep-wake cycle. Its eyes can open and respond to light. Brain activity increases, showing signs of memory and learning. Lungs are forming air sacs, though not yet ready to breathe on their own. By the end of the second trimester, the fetus is about 14 inches long and weighs nearly 2 pounds. It is increasingly aware of its surroundings and continues to grow rapidly. The final trimester prepares the baby for life outside the womb. Month 7. At 28 weeks, the fetus weighs about 2.5 pounds. Its brain is developing folds, and it can now blink and dream. The baby practices breathing by inhaling and exhaling amniotic fluid. The lungs are still maturing, but progress is rapid. Fat layers begin to accumulate under the skin, helping regulate body temperature after birth. Month 8. Movements become stronger and more noticeable. The fetus can grasp with its fingers, respond to touch, and even recognize the mother's voice. Internal organs are mostly developed. The lungs continue maturing. The baby grows rounder and heavier, reaching about 5 pounds. By this point, the baby usually turns to a head-down position in preparation for birth. Month 9. The womb is now crowded. The baby's movements are less frequent but more powerful. It stretches and rolls, preparing for delivery. The brain and lungs complete development. The baby's skin becomes smooth, and hair may grow thicker. At full term, around 40 weeks, the baby is about 19 to 21 inches long and weighs between 6 and 9 pounds. As the due date approaches, the mother's body begins preparing for labor. The cervix softens and starts to dilate. The uterus contracts to help push the baby downward. Labor occurs in 3 stages. 1, early and active labor. The cervix dilates from 0 to 10 centimeters. 2, delivery. Strong contractions help push the baby through the birth canal. 3, after birth. The placenta is delivered after the baby. During birth, the baby's skull bones temporarily overlap to ease the journey through the birth canal. Finally, the baby emerges, takes its first breath, and cries. It's a moment of pure magic. 9 months of hidden development now bloom into life. From a single cell to a living, breathing newborn, fetal development is a breathtaking miracle. It's a story written in biology, shaped by evolution, and nurtured by love. This 3-dimensional journey gave us a glimpse into what truly happens inside the womb, a world full of motion, transformation, and growth. Whether you're an expecting parent, a medical student, or just curious about life itself, we hope this experience deepened your appreciation for the wonders of human development. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science-based content and animated explorations of the human body. Until next time, stay curious. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, The Mom World.